Hello everyone! Hello everyone! Welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and today's video is going to be plants I've changed my mind about. And there were two things that directly influenced this video. One of you guys called me out right to my face in one of my most recent videos. It was the plants I hate that everyone else loves video, and one of you guys had said, you know what, I'm gonna pull up the exact comment because I was like right to my face. So it actually wasn't on the video, it was on the community post that I put saying I was kind of nervous about the video. They said, we can still be friends, but Desiree, you don't like a plant in one video and the next video you're in love with the plant. Billie Holiday sang it best, your love's like a faucet, it turns off and on. I was like, ugh, right to my face. Just spitting truth right into my face. Anyway, it was that comment, and then I was rewatching some of my first videos, and I saw a comment on my first video saying that it would be interesting to see if you still have any of these plants. So I started watching a few of my first videos, and I was like, I was crazy about certain plants that I now would be like, ew, I would never buy that now. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about some plants I've changed my mind about, and I have changed my mind millions of times about plants. One day I love it, next day it's trash to me. So these are just a few examples, but there are probably tons of plants I've changed my mind about. But I did write down some notes and I brought in some visual aids. But the first plant I've changed my mind about is the Xanthosoma. This one. I don't have this plant. And I wanted this plant when I first started seeing it around because it was new. It was new and it was like, oh, new. Finally something new to like seek out and get. But every time I've actually seen it in real life, I don't want it. I think it's so ugly. It looks like a screen printing has been done on the leaf. Like, it doesn't look like a genuine pattern, like I could feel it. It looks literally like a screen print. It's just so weird, and the way the leaf feels, it feels fake, it looks fake. I don't like it. Not a fan of the plant, and at first I really wanted it, and then when I started seeing it around, I was like, ew, I don't want that. So that's one I've changed my mind on. Another one which was interesting to me are Syngonium. So I did a video, one of my first-ish videos was plants I'm a sucker for, and one of the plants were Syngonium, like as a whole. All of these ones here, like with the, whoa, the arrowhead shape leaf, these were the ones I was like crazy about. There were so many different ones I was finding. The like berry illusion, neon illusion, plain green ones like this one. I have the speckled one, I have the Maria, I had the pink one multiple times. There were just so many I was finding all the time, and I always wanted all of them. But then I noticed when I killed all of them, because I'm pretty sure they all had root rot, I didn't find myself wanting to repurchase any of them. The only one I did end up buying again was the Maria. I bought that big old bushy one. I did repurchase the pink one because it was a big one that I found. And the only one I think I would buy again is the Neon Illusion, because it's like just a bright highlighter yellow color and I think it looks so cool. But any more of these like arrowhead versions, I don't really want any more of them. I kind of want some different ones. A lot of you guys recommended Syngonium Chia Pence as like a rounded leaf. It looks kind of cool. I want to get those ones. I also want to get, I guess it's kind of the arrowhead leaf, but it's the one that looks like more tight. You know which one I'm talking about? It looks like this. I don't remember the name of it, but you know the shape I'm doing. Anyway, there are a few different ones I would like to get, but these ones here, I changed my mind about them now. Like, I'm not a sucker for these plants anymore. There's other plants I'm a sucker for now, but this one's not one of them anymore, you know? It's interesting how that happens, because at first I was obsessed. I was seeking them all out, and now I'm like, once one died, I didn't really want to repurchase it, you know? The next one, oh, I forgot the plant for this, BRB. So this is a plant that's from my first video. It was called Plants I'm Currently Crazy About, and it was this Antherium. I still have this 2 years later because that video is almost 2 years old at this point. And when I was rewatching that video, I was like getting really excited about this plant again, because in that video it's a lot fuller. It had all the pink bracts on it and it looked really cool. Now it just looks like this. And I find this plant so boring, and every time I see the Antheriums now that look like this with just like the colorful little leaves, they're kind of cool, but I don't really want to own one. If someone gave one to me as a gift, I'd probably love it, but there isn't really one that I really want to get all the time, because I know that the colorful parts are going to fall off eventually. They're never going to grow back, at least they haven't for me 2 years later. So this plant is one I used to love, and now I'm just like, It's just like a filler plant. It sits on the shelf, fills out the shelf, but it's not one that I'm like constantly checking on. I only water it when it's all the way limp, you know? So yeah, used to love it. No, not so much. I don't hate it. It's just not as interesting to me anymore. The next plant I have changed my mind about are cactus and succulents. I freaking love cactus and succulents now. Did I bring a cactus in here? Yes, I did. I used to think they were, well, for one, really dumb. Thought they were so boring, ugly. They don't do anything. They just sit there. They don't have any foliage. I didn't understand. I didn't see the beauty of them. And one day, I don't remember the first one that I bought, or like which one made me change my mind and be like, wait a minute, succulents are beautiful. I don't remember which one it was, and I really truly wish I did. But I see them with new eyes now. I want to buy them all up. And there are so many different types of succulents. Like there's like vining ones, you know, like the string of plants. There are crassula that kind of grow up like this. There are echeveria, the ones that look like a rose, like a little rosette. They all grow very differently and are very similar care, but they all kind of grow however. But I just love them. Like, look at this one. I don't know what this one's called. I always just call it the ravioli plant because the ends of each little leaf are crimped like a little ravioli. They have this little fuzziness growing on the stem. I just love this one, and I'm like, imagine if I still hated succulents, I would have missed out on this little gem of a plant. I think it's so cute. And I'm not like a pro with any of these plants. I'm sure like there have been succulents that have died, that have rotted, that have just been overwatered, but I've gotten the care down for some of them that I have, and I just love them. Same with cactus. Imagine if I still hated cactus. Like, look at this little cutie I would have missed out on. This is, okay, if it doesn't have the spines, if it has these little spines like this, it's called a paper spine cactus, because these ones, they're like super delicate. They feel like they would break if you touch them too hard. If they don't have the spines, it's called a pine cone cactus. I think, at least that's what actually Anita told me. She didn't tell me directly, I learned it from her video. But I love this little one. It's been growing, like it grew this little piece here, it grew the spines up here, and then each one of these is growing like that one and that one. Love this one. And imagine if I still hated cactus, I wouldn't appreciate this at all. So now I love cactus and succulent. I see the beauty in all of them, and there's so many freaking varieties that I want to fill up every single windowsill in my house with a cactus and succulent, just like a perimeter of my house, all cactus and succulents living in all the windowsills. And I did do a tour this month. It happened to fall on National Cactus Day or something like that. But I did a tour of my windowsills if you want to see all of my succulents and cactus in one video. But I love them. I freaking love them so much now, and I appreciate them a lot more. Okay, the last plant I want to mention in this video are snake plants. So did I hate this plant more than cactus and succulents? I want to say it was on the same level as just boring, blah, it doesn't do anything, it's ugly. I just never appreciated it. And you know what made me take a second look at them? My grandma. Because when we first were buying plants, she had wanted to go buy some plants, and I went with her, and she bought one of these. This is the one she wanted. She's like, I want a mother-in-law's tongue. And I remember the Home Depot had just gotten a big delivery. It was sitting in the greenhouse, and I reached up and I pulled it out of the saran wrap, and she was like, yeah, that's the best one. And ever since then, I've been like, let me take a look at that plant. Like, what's so great about it? And let me tell you, it's the best plant ever. So I brought this one here just to show you. I don't know any of the names of these snake plants, so I feel like, no, I was gonna guess, but I'm not even gonna try. I mean, look how cool this plant is. It grows these long paddle-shaped leaves. Some of them have different variegation on them, some yellow, some white, some yellow on the inside, green on the outside. There's so many different varieties to collect. I tend to just buy one that looks really good, even if I already have it, and I just love the way that they look. I also have this one here. This is the Bantel Sensation. I absolutely love this one. This one was on my wish list, and this is one that has like a white striping on the leaves. They grow tall and slim. They also have a little bit of like ridging. It's just such a good looking plant. I bought this one at Cactus Club. It was on my wish list. The second I saw it go on their website, I bought it, and I absolutely adore it. Just watered it too, so the pot's nice and heavy. And considering that I went from hating snake plants to now loving them. And now I want to buy all of them. I want to buy every variety, every new one I see, no matter how small it is. I'm like wanting to get it. There are so many different types. Like there are some that don't even grow these flat leaves here, like the cylindrica ones. Let me grab one to show you. Like this one here, I found this at Home Depot about 2 years ago. And I've never seen them again. But this one is so cool. Like it just grows these long spikes. I think it's so wild looking, so cool. And it's grown a lot since I've had it. I adore this plant a lot. So I mean, seeing plants like this, like how could I ever have been like, oh, that's so boring. Like I love it. I love them now. They're so cool. And one thing I've also learned to appreciate about snake plants is when you have a large collection of plants and you have plants all over your house, it's great to have stuff like this that you don't have to worry about very much. You don't have to check on it every day. It can go a very long time without drought. I know some of you guys were horrified that I hadn't watered my big giant snake plant in 4 months. But I put the water meter thing in it today and it still says wet all the way at the bottom. So I don't know, I might take it out of the pot and see what's going on and see if it actually is wet, but it can go a long time without water, doesn't need to be in the brightest light ever, and it'll still be okay. And when you have a lot of plants you're constantly checking on, it's great to have one like this that fills in space, looks great. You don't need to check on it constantly, you don't need to fuss over it. It's always just gonna show you love and be beautiful. I freaking love snake plants now. But anyway, are you okay, cat? He got down from the cat tower kind of weird. I'm gonna go check on him. Anyway, yeah, he's gotta be fine. So that is it. These are some plants I've changed my mind on. Some for the better, some for the worse. Some I learned to love and some I lost total interest in. But I would love to know some plants you've changed your mind on, especially if you've been into plants for a while. You know, even just as humans, we change, our tastes change and evolve over time, and I think it's really fun. But anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.